the mighty and resilient Merrimack River, carving through the communities of our great region. My name is Linda Lorden, proud president of Merrimack County Savings Bank, and like the river that serves as our namesake, we're a constant yet ever-changing presence. Because to us, it's bigger than banking. It's about powering communities and putting people first. It's about knowing where you came from and where you're going. That's Merrimack style. Visit us at themerrimack.com.
This is the Washington Times front page for Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. The former deputy chief of staff to New York Governor Kathy Hochul was arrested by the FBI on Tuesday, charged with working as an influence agent for the Chinese government. Bill Gertz reports Linda Soon, a former deputy chief of staff to Hochul, and her husband Chris Hugh were charged with 10 criminal counts, including acting as unregistered agents of the Chinese government, receiving millions of dollars through Chinese government-linked businesses, and money laundering. Soon held several other positions in the administrations of Hochul and Governor Andrew Cuomo, according to an indictment. They both pleaded not guilty to the charges in federal court in Brooklyn. Russian President Vladimir Putin received a red carpet welcome in Mongolia in defiance of an international arrest warrant accusing him of war crimes in Ukraine. The trip, Andrew Salmon reports, is Putin's first to a member nation of the International Criminal Court since the court issued the warrant in March 2023. Before his visit, Ukraine asked Mongolia to execute the warrant and turn Putin into court authorities in The Hague. Instead, he was warmly welcomed in the capital of Ulaanbaatar. Among the topics to be discussed likely include the future of the long-proposed Power of Siberia 2 natural gas pipeline from eastern Russia to China. D.C. Metropolitan Police Department officers are remembering slain officer Wayne David this week by covering his patrol car with mementos honoring his legacy. Matt Delaney reports the SUV has been adorned with flowers, letters, and a black mourning ribbon and sits outside the Special Operations Division building in Northeast Washington, where David worked. David focused on getting guns off the streets. It was a discharge from an illegal weapon that killed him on August 28th as he tried to retrieve a discarded firearm from out of a storm drain. Police said that 27-year-old Tyrell Bailey is wanted in connection with the weapon. The IRS Inspector General says President Biden introduced a potential marriage penalty into the tax system when he ordered the IRS to conduct more audits of higher-income Americans. Stephen Dinan reports the IRS is working through the marriage penalty and a host of other issues as it plans to carry out Biden's audit orders and spend the funding that Congress allocated for the effort. In persuading Congress, Biden promised that agents would focus on those with annual incomes of $400,000 or more. The way the Treasury Department wrote the guidance, however, treats all households the same way. That would mean a family with two spouses making $220,000 each faces a higher chance of an audit than a single man who earns $390,000. And finally, Vice President Kamala Harris has positioned herself as a change agent, but hasn't separated herself completely from President Biden's economic agenda. As Harris promoted a new way forward as part of her presidential campaign, Jeff Murdoch reports Biden kicked off a series of events at the White House dubbed Investing in America, speaking with Americans who have benefited from his policies. Nowhere has Harris been trying to walk a tighter rope than on the economy. The Democratic nominee has taken credit for some of Biden's economic policies, but has acknowledged there's more to do. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.